So the background of this movie is really cool. When you get into the cabin, there's a ton of like swords, knives, weapons just kind of sitting in the background on the wall, and you're kind of like, is this the inspiration for Knives Out? Deathtrap stars Michael Caine, Christopher Reeve, and Dyan Cannon, and it's directed by Sidney Lumet, or Sidney Lumet. You might know Lumet from directing movies like 12 Angry Men, Dog Day Afternoon, and the highly underrated Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. This is a very niche movie. I feel like not a lot of people talk about this movie or even know about it, but I thought it would be cool to talk about movies that are made by famous people, but maybe don't get attention anymore, and maybe they should. So basically, Deathtrap is about a playwright, played by Michael Caine, who, after a series of flops on Broadway, finds a script from one of his former students, played by Christopher Reeve, and he thinks this is a perfect script, and he decides he's going to take it, pass it off as his own, but how far is he going to go to do that? This is actually something I really was looking forward to. I like Sidney Lumet, I like Michael Caine, I like Christopher Reeve, and it's based on a play written by Ira Levin, who wrote the novels Rosemary's Baby, The Stepford Wives. I really like movies based on plays, so I was really pumped to check this one out, and I gotta say, honestly, I was kind of disappointed. First, let me get into the strengths. The number one strength with this movie is Michael Caine. Look, this guy's one of the greatest actors of all time. He is fantastic. Put him in anything, anywhere, he will be awesome. He was awesome in Jaws the Revenge, and that movie is a piece of fucking shit. So he's giving an amazing performance in this. Christopher Reeve is also really good in this movie. He's playing a student who maybe has something else going on. I don't want to give anything away. I'm really trying hard not to do that. Christopher Reeve, I think, is also underrated because he actually went to Juilliard for acting. And I also read somewhere that outside of the Superman movies, he wanted to do non-action movies. He wanted to do like dramas and stuff like that. So I was very excited, and I gotta say, the guy's an amazing actor and he steals every scene that he's in. I also think Dyan Cannon is pretty good in this movie. She's an Oscar-nominated actress, but she was nominated for a Razzie for this movie. I mean, they probably could have found somebody stronger, but I think she held her own fine next to Michael Caine and Christopher Reeve. While the performances in this movie are great, I feel like after the first half of this movie, things really start to drag. This, like I said, is based on a play, so there are a lot of scenes of people just sitting down and talking, and I gotta be honest, the dialogue in this movie, it's not really that engaging. I love Ira Levin. He's got a great style where it kind of is satirical. There's a little bit of dark humor there, but there's also a lot of underlying horror elements that work really well, and I just don't feel like he's really doing that in this. However, in all fairness, I'm looking at the DVD right now. I actually thought Ira Levin wrote the screenplay for this movie. It's actually an adaptation, so I haven't read the play, so I can't really comment on Ira Levin's actual writing, but I will say that whatever style that Ira Levin had possibly in the play, it's not being transferred over into this film. The movie's also just way too long. If you're making a movie that's just people sitting in a room talking, I feel like that should clock out at about 90 minutes and that should be the end of it. 100 at most. This movie is 116 minutes long, which is just way too long. And to be totally honest with you, the thrills and twists in this movie, some of the best ones happen midway through the movie. So you're like, okay, I'm sold, but then there's just long periods of just talking about not really anything interesting and eventually getting to a conclusion that is kind of underwhelming. I was hoping for like another twist to happen that was going to be really fantastic. I'm sorry if this is giving away spoilers. I know that saying a movie has a twist kind of ruins it, but this one, you're thinking, oh my god, what's the twist going to be? It's going to be something awesome, right? And it just wasn't. I'm excited to read the play. I do have the play and I should read it, so maybe I'll just do a review of that, or maybe I'll do a video that's comparing the two. I don't know, let me know if you'd like to see that. But otherwise, I think you can skip Deathtrap. I understand why this movie hasn't really stood the test of time and why it hasn't been remembered, but I will say if you're a diehard Michael Caine fan and you also want to see some work that Christopher Reeve did outside of Superman, then give Deathtrap a try. Although I will say I don't know where you're going to find this movie. I found this in a Clipper case from Canadian Tire. I'm going to give Deathtrap a 5 out of 10. Alright, so let me know in the comments what your favorite whodunit is. My personal favorite is Scream. It's one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time, and I absolutely love it. And I'm sure that there's a ton that I just haven't seen yet, so let me know. If you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to see more, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and stay tuned for Wednesday where I count down the top 5 best Amy Adams movies. I'm really looking forward to that one. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and as always, stay groovy, watch a movie.